Hi everyone. So this video is meant to explain everything you need to know about our grading system. And as you see here, I'm sharing my screen with you. I call my system grade goals. And so we will not be using any points. So please, again, watch this video in its entirety so that you have a really good idea of how you will be assessed this semester. And hopefully you'll enjoy what I have in store for you. So notice on this grading page, I'm in the modules page, the getting started module, and the grading page here. So notice I have a bunch of asterisks here. This is so that you can easily find this page throughout the semester. All of this information is also in your syllabus, but it's going to be really important for you to continue to come back to this page just so that you can follow along with and track your progress with your grade. So let's take a look at what's on our grading page here. So intro. This course has no points. Instead of following a traditional point system, you will have the opportunity to submit your best work, and if you need to revise the assignment, you may do so by resubmitting your assignment up to 3 days after I return it to you. Once your assignment is passing, you will receive a complete in Canvas. You'll see a check mark. If your assignment is not passing, you will see a not yet in the grade column for that assignment, and that will be an X. There are no limits on the number of assignments you can revise, nor the number of times you can revise any given assignment. However, once the course finishes, I can no longer take revisions. Assignments that are not passing by the end of the course can therefore not be revised for a pass. So you will look at the list of assignments and choose your grade goal based on that list. So essentially what this means is there are deadlines for every assignment, but if you do not pass your assignment, once you get your feedback, you have 3 days from that day that you receive your feedback from me to redo your assignment and try to get it to pass. And you can do that as many times as you need to. So essentially, there is no risk in submitting any assignment in this class because you can always redo it, up until the end of the course, that is. So for late work, you are allowed a specific number of late assignments depending on your grade goal, and those are also due within 3 days of the original deadline. The one exception to that, or a couple exceptions, peer reviews can't be submitted late because otherwise your peers won't be able to use your feedback for their final drafts. And also the final essay can't be submitted late because it's due the last day of class. So why am I doing this? I think that this system really works. I've gotten a lot of really good feedback since I've started using it. It allows you the opportunity to rework your assignments and improve your writing. I also know we're juggling several things in our lives, and some semesters it isn't feasible to complete every single assignment. So with this system, you can determine basically what will work with your schedule. A couple of notes: for every essay or critical response paper that is not passing or not submitted by the end of the term, your course grade will lower 1 letter. Okay, this will start to make more sense once I go to the next tab. You are expected to turn in your best work, and this class is going to be rigorous regardless of the grade goal you're shooting for. The assignments will challenge and engage you. And we'll get to that in just a second. So let's look at the breakdown. Okay, so I put this chart on here. It looks a little bit different in your syllabus, but I can actually show you the syllabus here. Let's see, let me scroll up. Page 4 tells you the same information. Basically, this chart explains how many of each assignment you need to do in order to complete your desired course grade. And online, it gives you the same information, only this table has an added column for passing requirements. The passing requirements are kind of sprinkled in throughout the syllabus, but this is all kind of like a tight chart here, if you will, that you can refer to. So if you're going for an A, you read straight down the left-hand column. So you need to complete the syllabus quiz, both essays, both peer reviews, 10 out of 14 reading activities, 4 out of 4 critical responses, the educational plan project, the multimedia course reflection, and you get 2 late assignments. Okay, so now notice how this changes for the B. For the B, same syllabus quiz, 2 essays, but this time only 1 peer review out of 2, 9 out of 14 reading activities, 3 out of 4 critical responses, the ed plan, and you're not responsible for the multimedia reflection, and you get 3 late assignments. And again, it decreases as you go to the C. So notice here, these are the same, but then one reading activity less than the B, so you get 8 instead of 9. 2 critical responses, you don't have to do the ed plan or the multimedia reflection, and you get 4 late assignments. So again, it depends on which chart you're more comfortable with. The syllabus one is a little bit smaller, just so you can see that. But that is basically our course. So you're going to see check marks and X's in Canvas next to each one of these assignments, and that's how you know whether or not you passed the assignment. And so you're not going to see any points or any percentages or letter grades on your individual assignments. You are only going to be seeing those checks and X's. So the next tab here just kind of outlines and describes all of the assignments that we'll have. So under each type of assignment in blue here, you'll see the description, what is considered passing, and how many you need to do for each grade goal. So I can let you guys kind of read through this on your own time, but it's just a more expanded view of what was on the previous tab. What I really want to show you is how you can track your progress. So on your syllabus, again, page 4, I have given you the tracking sheet, and I'll just switch over to Canvas now that it's showing you the exact same information. So I put a screenshot in here just to show you what the tracking sheet looks like. So for a C, you will need to do everything in this top box here. And you can track this by just putting a check mark or an X over each of those assignments as you get your score back. Then to earn a B, you add these 3 assignments. And then if you're going for an A, you add these 4 assignments on top of the B. So essentially, if you're going for an A, you need to get a check mark on every assignment you see here. If you're going for a B, you need to do everything in the B and C boxes. And if you're going for a C, just the C box. So I've given this to you a few different ways. It is on your syllabus, of course, but I've also given you a link to a Google Doc. So you can click Make a Copy, and now you have an electronic version, and this is just yours now, of your tracking sheet. So you can go in here. It's the same exact thing, but now electronically you can start adding your checks and X's, right? On a Mac, I'm hitting Option V to get that check mark, but you can easily just use symbols if you're using a PC. So this is one way that you can track. You can also, you can get creative with this. If you are like me and are visual, I would probably do green and red, so like stop and go. So for example, if I passed my first reading activity, I would probably color the box green, right? And then say I didn't pass the second one, I would color it red. So if you're more visual, you're welcome to play around and use the tracking sheet however you'd like. That is the Google Doc version, and I've also given it to you here as a Word doc version if you prefer that. So that is tracking your progress. Again, just so you're aware, you will not be seeing any percentage, letter grade, points at all this entire semester, only the check marks and X's. So that is essentially our grading system in a nutshell. You can always return to this page throughout the semester or send me an inbox message. One really important note at the bottom, you have to do everything on the list in order to get your grade goal. So as it says here, if you miss anything on the list, no matter what assignment it is, your grade will lower a letter for every assignment you're missing. So let's look back at our breakdown. So say, for example, you have done everything you need to get an A, except you only have 9 reading activities. That's a B, okay? So you know this up front. You know how many of each thing you need to do. So be sure that you complete everything on the list. Oh, and I forgot too, one more thing. I do offer extra credit. Okay, so if you're in that situation where, like I just mentioned, you're 1 assignment away from an A, go ahead and do extra credit. So you can attend a cultural or a literary event on campus, a tutoring session at the Writing Center, or you can complete a film response. And any of those options will earn you either an extra late assignment or erase a late assignment that you've already missed, or you can earn credit for a missed reading activity. Okay, so this is a way to kind of bump you back up if you miss, if you have 1 too many late assignments or 1 too many missing reading activities. So there really is no reason why you can't get exactly the grade you shoot for with this system. But again, if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out, and I look forward to working with you all.